Hi folks, this is Jason. Hope you're okay today. I'm just making a response to an atheist who made a video a day or two, and basically they are taking me to task saying that I won't debate them. I'm only willing to debate Aaron Ra or Richard Dawkins. I want to say that I will only debate people on an academic level. That means I'm open to debate anybody. I'm not interested in debating Aaron Ra or Dawkins and just them. I'm interested in anybody who's interested in real scholarship and really wants to be civilized and a human being, treating each other as human beings. So please don't misrepresent me on that score. Secondly, the person who made the video kind of waded in on the issue of the Inquisition and communism, and saying that there's kind of more deaths with the Inquisition than actual communism, and that communism was nothing to do with atheism. First of all, the estimates concerning the Inquisition, how many people died, is around about 20,000. Some would say 5,000. Some would say 60,000, but on average it's around about 20,000 people were killed in the Inquisitions. Now, let's just say for the sake of argument it was 60,000 people. When you compare that to communism, we're talking tens of millions of people died under Russian communism and Chinese communism, and it goes up to something like 100 million people. So there's a big difference between 60,000 people and 100 million. And actually studies have been done where it has been shown quite clearly that more people died under communist rule than all the history of religious wars put together, and that's a fact. And I'll put a link to that so that you can research it in more detail. The issue about direct correlation in the issue of the the various Inquisitions, nowhere in Jesus' teaching does he advocate any violence towards anybody. His teaching is about love. He died for people on a cross. The New Testament teaches about love. So if people are getting involved in political power and trying to kill people, that has nothing to do with Jesus' teaching. However, in the Marxist scheme of things, you said that Marx would not have advocated the things that happened under communist rule, but the whole point of Marx was to demolish a certain class of people and to bring in a revolution in order for the working class to take control. So I'm sorry, your understanding of Marx is very, very poor. So there is a direct correlation between Marx's ideas and what happened in communism, and it has a lot to do with atheism, because Marx said that religion is the opium of the people. His teaching gave the communists a deep-seated prejudice towards Christianity, and that was seen. And I remember writing a play a few years ago, and it was looking at Pasternak's book, Dr. Zhivago, and I was rewriting Dr. Zhivago as a play, and so that meant I had to research this history, and I researched it in depth, and what I found was absolutely appalling. How the communists persecuted the Christian priests. There were about 2,000 priests killed by the communists. Not anybody else but priests. So obviously there is prejudice going on there, religious prejudice specifically towards Christianity. And then you read the documents. It's been documented quite well by Peter Hitchens in his book Rage Against God, and he gives specific documentation, government documents that use the word atheism in its use of prejudice towards Christianity. So for example, the communist directive sent from the top, sent down a directive to communist young people to talk and spend time with Christians at Christmas, Christian children at Christmas, so that they wouldn't worship Jesus at Christmas. Not to allow Christmas trees to be sold, etc. These are directives from the top going down to the bottom, and specifically with words like atheism, we atheists should do, etc. So it's just not true. It's just not true. And the other thing is the atheists are brilliant at using emotional arguments. Sam Harris is just absolutely brilliant at using emotional arguments. And you find that in the atheist propaganda, and in your video, the person who made this video, you showed pictures of the inquisitions of people being tortured. That's emotional blackmail. That's emotional argumentation. That's not actually based on reason or on evidence, and you find this quite a lot with atheist propaganda. It's not often rooted in real hard logic, real hard evidence. It's interesting to note that you provide no documentation for any of your argumentation. Lo and behold, there we are. And the reason why I won't debate you at the present time is because you're connected to hardcore atheists who are committed, systematically committed, to not engaging in academic debate. Until you distance yourself from them and make it clear that you are an atheist in the sense that you just want academic debate and you don't want to get into propaganda, then I will be open to have an academic debate with you. But until then, you need to make it clear that you're not one of these people. Okay? Thank you for listening.